Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Lisa, Best Life Lee. Well, if you're like me, you are constantly wondering and trying to figure out what you are going to make for dinner during the week. You want something easy, quick, delicious, and real food. So in today's video, I am going to show you how I plan for my weekly weeknight meals. So if you're interested in seeing how I plan, get inspiration, and actually cook all of my weeknight meals, then just keep on watching. To search for meals and ideas for weekly meal planning, I use Pinterest.com, and you can go to my Pinterest page, Pinterest.com Best Life Lee, and see all of the pins that I have saved. I have multiple boards with all kinds of things that I have saved from Pinterest over the years. And one of the boards that I have is fresh food recipes. So what I will do when I am looking for some inspiration for weeknight meals is I will click on that board and then I will scroll through all of the recipes that I have saved. Once I've found one that I'm interested in, like this street corn chicken rice bowl, I will click on it and it will take me to the recipe. You can see that once you click on it, there's a section here where you can visit the site. And then once you're on the site, you just scroll down to the recipe itself and you can get cooking. And one of the most important things to do when you are doing meal planning is to write down the meals that you have been inspired to create for the week. And I found this gorgeous meal planning calendar. It's just a calendar. It's a diary journal, but it has the days of the week, and you can plan your meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You can also create a shopping list and tear out this to take to the grocery store with you. It is just such a pretty book and calendar. I picked this up at Barnes & Noble at the beginning of the year. There's so much inspiration in this little diary calendar, and there are stencils and stickers and bookmarks. And it's just so pretty, and I just enjoy looking at beautiful things to be inspired to create things in my own life. And this is Daphne's Diary. And again, I picked this up at Barnes & Noble at the beginning of the year. You can get yours at daphnesdiary.com. All right, so the first meal I'm going to show you is the Mexican street corn chicken and rice bowl. And what you want is something that's a very easy during the week. You don't want something that's going to be too involved or take too much time. So I just chopped up some chicken breast, and I'm just adding some chili powder, salt, and pepper. And I'm going to cook it in a tablespoon of oil in a skillet. And I'm just going to make sure that all the spices are on all the pieces of chicken, and then I'm just gonna let that cook while I prepare my crema sauce for the top. And I'm just gonna use some mayo, some sour cream, some garlic, and some spices. And I am going to, just get my ingredients into the bowl. And just going to use regular sour cream, regular mayo, some pre-chopped garlic just to make my life easy. And then I'm just gonna add some spices, some cumin and some paprika, and get it mixed in the bowl. I'm going to go back and check my chicken, just turning it over so that it is cooking well on both sides. It's looking good. So I'll get my spices there, and I am going to cut this later before I put it onto my bowl with some lemon. But for now, I'm just going to get my corn. I'm just using a can of corn that I will heat up in the microwave. Then I'm going to use fresh cilantro. I personally love cilantro, especially in something that's Mexican inspired. I take all the leaves off the stems and give it a good chop. I like it small, you know, cut well. And I'm going to use a Mexican cheese, this cojita cheese. And as I said, I'm using a lemon to make my crema a little smoother. And I am just going to shred this cheese with a box shredder. Doesn't take too long to do it. And then I cooked some basic white rice, and I'm just gonna, you know, spread it evenly into the two bowls. And so then I'm going to create my bowls. I'm going to get my chicken and add that to the bowl. Looks nice and cooked and crisp. And then I'm just going to add in the whole can of corn. I'm just going to split that between the two bowls. Then I'm going to add some more lemon. You can make this as, you know, thin as you want. It was kind of thick still, but it was delicious. These bowls were so good. Bob and I enjoyed this so much. Just recreating this here, and I'm wanting to make them again, but just adding a little bit of the shredded cheese and the cilantro, just adding that, and they are ready to eat. These were delicious. All right, so the next night I made a delicious vegetable soup in my Instant Pot, and I used some fresh ingredients like fresh onions, fresh celery, fresh carrots, and I also used some canned corn and canned beans along with some frozen veggies. So I'm going to use my chopper to chop my onion, and it makes very quick work of chopping the onions. And you've seen me, if you've seen any of my prior cooking videos, you've seen me use this chopper. I absolutely love it, especially for onions. It avoids all the tears doing it by hand manually, and it's so quick and easy. And the onions are chopped to perfection. I'm going to hand chop my celery because celery is pretty easy to chop. And then I'm going to put my carrots into my chopper and just make that easy on myself. And now that I have my onions, carrots, and celery chopped, I'm going to put them into the Instant Pot, and I'm going to saute them with 2 tablespoons of olive oil. I use the saute function, and this will get these vegetables tender and ready for the soup. I'm going to add some garlic. And then I'm just going to add salt and pepper and just get this all mixed together and let it saute until they're tender, about 5 minutes or so. The recipe will tell you how long that you need to saute it, but it doesn't take long really. And then I'm using these mini Yukon Gold potatoes. I'm just cutting them in half because they're tiny. They're easy to cut, and these are so delicious in this vegetable soup. Then I'm going to open a couple of cans of diced tomatoes. One is a fire roasted. They should both be fire roasted, but I only had 1 can of fire roasted, so I'm just using you know, regular diced and the fire roasted. I'm using some canned corn. You see me referring to my iPad for the recipe on Pinterest. So I'm going to be adding in 4 cups of chicken broth to the Instant Pot. Then I'm going to add my tomatoes. Give that a little stir. Soup is starting to look good. I'm going to add my potatoes. Then I'm going to add my beans. Stir that up. I'm going to add a couple of bay leaves. And some thyme. I'm going to add my corn. I'm going to add my frozen peas. And then I am going to add my frozen string beans. We're going to give that a nice stir to mix everything together. It's looking good. It's going to be a beautiful, delicious soup. And it's not going to take long. I'm going to put my cover on. And I'm going to set my pressure cook to 5 minutes. I'm going to make sure it's in the sealing, it's sealed so the steam stays inside. And after I have let it naturally release its steam, the soup is fully cooked and ready to be served up. I am going to just add a little bit of lemon juice. And I'm also going to add a little bit of Italian seasonings to the soup once it has finished cooking. About a tablespoon, teaspoon. You'll be able to read the recipe when you find it on Pinterest. I will link it in the description section below. And this soup is ready to be served. I'm just going to put it into a couple of large soup bowls. It's looking delicious. It's so hearty. And to make it even more of a meal, I am going to add some toast. And this is ready to be enjoyed. And we have plenty of leftovers, like I said. I was able to get 5 containers. We definitely had this another night for another meal. And then just one night I made just delicious salads to make it easy on myself. These are just salads, you know, loaded up with croutons and all the veggies and cheese and cranberries and just nice, fresh, delicious salads one night just to make it easy on myself. All right, so the last meal that I'm going to share with you is some spaghetti with sun-dried tomatoes and spinach. It is a quick and easy meal. I am just cooking up some onions, some red onions, and some sun-dried tomatoes out of a jar. I'm boiling up some water for my spaghetti. And then I added in chicken broth to start to make the sauce. And to that, I am adding in some sour cream, some cheese, and some butter. And we're going to get that all melted in. And I'm going to pour my pasta and I'm going to drain it right over the spinach to wilt it. Then I'm going to get that into my pan with my cheesy sun-dried tomato sauce, and I'm going to mix that all together. And we have a delicious pasta dish with sun-dried tomatoes and spinach. So delicious and so easy to cook up for a weeknight meal. So I hope that you have enjoyed this video. I hope that it has given you some inspiration for your weeknight meals. Please let me know in the comments if you will try one of these, or if you have any questions, or you just want to let me know what you think of the video. So thanks for watching, everyone. Take care, and I will see you in my next video. Bye for now.